This is my Week 16 football picks. We're going to start off with Tampa Bay, New Orleans. Even though we destroyed, dominated, and embarrassed the New Orleans Saints, I'm still going to go New Orleans because Tampa Bay is not a good team. Houston and Miami, every time I watch them, it comes down close, so I'm going to have to pick Houston in this one because Matt Corral, he's just doing a good job, good passing yards. Miami, they won in overtime against the Tennessee Titans, but still I'm going to go with the Texans. Seattle and Green Bay. I'm going to have to pick Green Bay on this one. They almost won against the defending Super Bowl champs, but you know, a win's a win. Carolina and New York went into the playoffs last year. The Giants won, but I think the Panthers are going to win this one because Giants, they are 8-6. You know, that's not a bad record, but you know, the Panthers, they won against the Vikings, and the Stewart has done a good job. Was the first guy in 36 games to get over 100 yards rushing, so I'm going to pick the Panthers. Oakland and Cleveland are not such good teams, but there's one thing I like about the Cleveland Browns, and it's Cribbs and their running back. Cribbs last week returned 2 touchdowns for returning kickoff, so I'm going to go with the Cleveland Browns. Jacksonville and New England are 2 good teams. One's in the division leaders and one's in the hunt. And I think New England's going to win this. Tom Brady's playing great. Wes Walker's doing better. And Randy Moss finally got his role going, so I'm going to pick New England on this one. Cincinnati has done a good job. They're still a division in the division leaders. Kansas City out of the playoffs, and they're not a good team, so I'm going to have to pick Cincinnati with Chad Ochocinco, Carson Palmer. They did a great job last week against the Chargers. They lost by a game-winning field goal. I know a win's a win, but, you know, that was a close game, so I'm going to pick Cincinnati. Baltimore and Pittsburgh, last year they went into the AFC Championships, and Joe Flacco had a chance to win the game, but you know what happened. Troy Polamalu intercepted the ball, took it to a touchdown, and sealed the game. So, and including last week's game against Green Bay, they won by a game-winning touchdown to Mike Wallace, and Ben Roethlisberger threw for 503 yards, so I'm going to pick Steelers. Buffalo and Atlanta. Buffalo, they've got T.O., and they're still not doing good. And Atlanta, they've got Matt Ryan, Roddy White, and Anthony Gonzalez, and I think Michael Turner is going to play in that game. And so I'm going to pick Atlanta for this one. There's nothing to say about Buffalo. A rivalry in Arizona, the Steelers versus the Cardinals. The conference winners last year, the Cardinals, are going to face on the 1-13 team. So I'm going to have to pick the Cardinals. They've got, of course, Larry Fitzgerald, and Kurt Warner didn't do so good, but I think they still are going to do, and they're still going to do good. Detroit and San Francisco, there are 2 teams that haven't had success this year, but still, I'm going to have to pick San Francisco. They didn't put up such a good game against the Philadelphia Eagles, but you know, it's the Philadelphia Eagles. What can they do? So I'm going to pick San Francisco for this one. Philly, of course, is in the division leaders, and Broncos are in the wild card. So I'm going to go with the Philadelphia. Not just because of that, because they've been doing so good. The Jets are going to face the Indianapolis Colts, and the Colts are 14-0, and the Jets are 7-7. So I think the Indianapolis Colts are going to destroy the Jets, even though I would love for the Jets to beat the undefeated team, but there's really nothing they can do. So I'm going to pick the Colts. A huge rivalry. We're going to go to FedEx Field, and my Cowboys are going to face the Redskins. The Redskins are 4-10, and we're 9-5, and we beat an undefeated team last week, the New Orleans Saints. We our defense was unstoppable against their offense, and our offense was way too good for their defense. So I'm gonna pick the Cowboys on this one. Of course. Okay, Minnesota and Chicago are gonna battle on, and I'm gonna go with Minnesota on this one, even though they lost to the Panthers. Chicago did no damage to the Baltimore Ravens last week, so I'm gonna pick the Minnesota Vikings. Alright, if you want to see more of these videos, comment, rate, and subscribe. Bye.
My style. Check it, My style. My style.